So let's look at some turnovers. Off rip, we get a Time Lord, Jason Tatum action off ball. Love that. Why not? Then leads into a Marcus Smart Tatum action. Now we've got Steph Curry on a switch. Okay. Tatum looking for the driving lane. Wiggins is going to be digging in, and we get a bad pass from Tatum as the defense collapses. I feel like as we look at this screenshot, there's been a bit of what are the Celtics doing wrong on offense, and obviously that's a conversation. The Warriors are doing a lot right on defense. This turnover from Jalen, in my opinion, kind of sums up a lot of the Warriors' defense in this thing. So Draymond on Jalen. He's not on Jalen to start every single possession, but, it's happening, obviously. And then as Jalen takes him on the drive, Steph is going to help pretty early on, and then Gary Payton II is going to split the difference between Derek White and Al Horford. What it creates is this moment of the obvious play just not totally being there. And earlier in, what was it, game 3, when the Celtics won, it seemed like they were attacking before the Warriors were able to do this sort of thing. Not as much the case in this one. Whether it's a kick out to Al or White earlier in the possession, or one of them having a cutting lane, or whatever it might be, I'm not smart enough to know the perfect solution here. Jalen ends up losing the handle a little bit. Is it possible he could have gotten a bucket here still if he would have went up with it strong, didn't kind of fumble it a little bit, or got there super fast? Yeah, maybe. This is clearly Golden State's plan, to basically sandwich you at around this spot of the floor. They just dare you to do something. It's a similar concept here, although this time it's at Tatum operating in the high post as opposed to Jalen driving, but it's Wiggins is going to double, then Draymond is going to slide over to basically the free throw line, which actually does leave an opportunity for Jalen, and Jalen's got the right idea because he goes and he tries to cut. Fortunately, they overwhelm Tatum so much that the chances of him getting a pass off are just pretty much not there. I mean, if you're going to double, you better actually double team. And so what do you get? Well, you get it going the other way again. This one here was the great defense that Wiggins played on Tatum to force a travel out of him. Next turnover we've got is one that I was talking about in my post-game reaction, which I'm going to assume somebody on YouTube has already broken down, and probably more elegantly than I will. But there's just a lot here, man. I mean, you've got the trap on Tatum. Marcus is now open. Gary Payton is immediately there to meet him there. And from here, I mean, I would say the closeout from Clay to Horford is good enough. Like, could Al have gone up with that? Yeah, potentially. We've seen Al get busy with the quick release a bit in these playoffs. But still, the Warriors are forcing the Celtics to make these split-second decisions rather than being comfortable, right? So you get the closeout from GP, and he steals it from Jalen, and there we go again. I'm sure you saw Jalen open on the initial thing, and yeah, that would have been the play from Marcus, but that is a behind-his-head kinda pass, whereas Horford in the corner is already in his sight line. And I think the Warriors are banking on that. The other thing I'm asking myself with this play is, what if Jalen was in the corner as opposed to where he's at now? Do the Warriors still trap that? It's possible they still do. I mean, late third, the Celtics had 2 guys in the corners, and the Warriors still trapped Tatum on the ball. Horford, he was in the other play. You can replace Derek White with Jalen. I don't know if that other play changes or not, but yeah, the Warriors have gotten a little more adventurous with traps, and again, just making the Celtics uncomfortable. And the last one, so Jalen's attempting to take Steph ISO, and once again, it's the bring an extra guy, and then somebody else split the difference between 2 defenders. So Kevon Looney comes over, basically forms a wall. I mean, Jalen could still try to get that over him, but good luck. Lays in between Horford and Time Lord, then Jalen loses the ball.